So, my name is Kachi Ofia. That was just Meyi playing her guitar, and she just stopped now because, she's like, we're live. Yeah. But I thought it was beautiful.
Thank you.
So, before the break, I said we were going to have artists join me on the show, and this is as authentic as authenticity gets. Oiza and Meyi are about to release a brand new single called Echo, and I think that song is so real. It is so real. So when I heard the song, I was, you know what, before we even talk about the song, let's have you listen to Echo so you can feel what I was feeling, so we can all be in our feelings together. Because I feel it's unfair if I'm in my feelings and you're not in your feelings. Okay. So let's get in our feelings. Here's Echo, not perform, the video, we'll perform after. No, they don't get that yet. If they see that now, then they go away. They have to wait for that. This is the video that I saw that got me in my feelings, and I'm sure it's gonna get you thinking about the moment you knew you had to make a very strategic decision just to achieve the life that you want for yourself.
Flashing lights, that mainland bridge is so pretty. They all say, come to Echo if you want to blow. Don't mind it, go slow. This is all we know. Come to Echo, feel it in the soil. Strive and toil. I call it Baja, legacy no go spoil. I call it Leo, I call Lao. I call it Baja, legacy no go spoil. I call it Leo, I call Lao. I call it Baja, legacy no go spoil.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna cry. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I'm not gonna cry, but Lagos has given me so much. Like, I remember being in Abuja, 6 years ago? No, what? I mean, 8 years ago. I never in my life thought I'd come here. I've always heard about Lagos. I grew up here. My family lived here. I lived in Anthony Village, but I never really thought I would come back to Lagos, because Lagos for me was just traumatic. Yeah. Lagos for me was like, this is trauma. Everything I could remember about Lagos was just trauma. I'm like, I'm never gonna come here. Yeah. And I lived my life in that fear in Abuja. And then one day, randomly, of course, I started working, and then I had to come here. And I can just say that Lagos has been so good to me. Like, the fact that as a creative, you can come here and you can find expression, you can find release. That's what Lagos has been to me. It hasn't been an easy journey, but guess what? It hasn't really been easy for anyone. Yeah. This weekend has been full of events back to back. There was a Netflix Lights Camera Action event that saw Nollywood stars come together. Tiffany Amber's fashion show, Afrif began. And if you think about all of these events, they're all preaching to one thing, a platform. Netflix created a platform for actors to come together and network. Off that meeting, there are people who are walking away with movie roles. Afrif is happening now. There are people who are screening their first films. They never in their life thought that they would get this opportunity. They're showing their movies in Afrif, and it's happening here in Lagos. So Lagos is that place that just continues to, it's like for the creative industry, it's the gift that keeps on giving. Yeah. And I think that's really why this song, really speaks to me. It resonates with me. Yeah. But what is it for you both, though? Tell me your story. Because I know you guys from Abuja. Yes. And I'm like, guys, look at us. So we're all in we are here in this Lagos. We are in Lagos. Abuja is in Lagos. Literally, Abuja is in Lagos. So what's all of this? Like, what happened?
So we've been coming to Lagos back and forth for the past 3 years, I think. We're based in Abuja, obviously. But then I think this last time we were in Abuja, and I don't know, we were kind of in a slump, I would say.
Yeah, we were both in we were not, I won't say, we were not, the beginning of the year was slow. It was slow. Let's be honest, it was slow. Because it's usually slow for most creatives, right? So, but we were just thinking of what we were doing. We were doing what we could do in Abuja, and funny enough, it was weird. We have separate rooms, so we came and met in the parlor. And she was like, I think we should go to Lagos. And I said, yeah. I said, what did you,
what kind of feeling did she get? What feeling did I get? And I know it would sound weird, but I was sleeping, and I heard a voice, loud as loud can get, and it goes, go to Lagos. And I woke up, and I'm like, okay, what is going on here? What's the meaning? because it was just like, go to Lagos. So, and then I asked her.
We had a conversation and I said, I had a dream as well.
The same day.
Dead serious, like the day before. And we're not sleeping in the same room, so there's no way we could have known. We met in the parlor and I was
and
like,
it was not even conversations before, it was just like, we go Lagos.
We were like, we go Lagos. She was like,
yeah.
I said, what did you hear? What did you feel? She was like, she heard a voice. I was like, me, I had a dream. She was like, I thought, let's book our ticket. We even missed our flights when we were coming. And we had to pay double the transport fare, the flight ticket. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it took, because of how expensive flights were at the time, it took our whole savings. Like, we came to Lagos and we had, this was the first time I was really experiencing Sapa as an adult. Like, I'd experienced university Sapa, but like, as an adult being in this Sapa-licious situation, I was like, man. But yeah.
We came and it was like, okay, the first month was slow, but then this city has a way of kind of, just by you being here, you're in proximity to so many opportunities that you didn't even know that you could do. So we just sat down, we're like, okay. I said, God, if you're the one that said that we should come. So we are here now. Do what you are supposed to do. Do what you promised that you would do. And we just did like this.
What would you say, both of you, like coming to Lagos? Because I'll definitely say that it's one thing to come to Lagos. It's another thing to come to Lagos knowing what you're looking for. So, some people like are watching the show and they're just like, hey, everybody keeps saying go to Lagos, but what did they find go do for Lagos? Like, what are you going to Lagos for? I know what brought me here. What brought you both here? I mean, obviously the dream pushed you guys, but if you were to be in a position where you're like, okay, you know what, this is our dream, this is what we want, what would that be for you both?
So what we want is to like have a platform to share our music to like the world, right? And there's something about the city that calls to you. It's like a humming. Like, cause and for other people that are not sure what they want to do and they're like, waiting, they carry you, go there first. You go back house. Do you understand? Because we'd been doing this in and out for like, so it's not like we just woke up today and we came here. We had been doing in and out, we'll do 2 months, we'll go back. We'll do 2 months. And we had been doing it for like maybe 3 years. And every time we would go, funny enough, to show you how we were not necessarily ready to be in the town at the time, our parents were always like, when are people coming back? This is the first time that we are here and nobody's asking us when are people coming back. That's how we knew that it was actually time and we had actually now found out what it was. Because you have to try. If you don't try, you won't know at the end of the day. So it's a thing of just trying and just listen to your guts, because God gave you your gut for a reason. There's a feeling that you can't explain. Because it literally this year, I swear, from January till about now, before we even came, because we came in June, it had been a humming in my belly. It was almost like it was growling at me, come, become me. It was not my village people. It was it was Baba God, So that was what it was. And it's just been so beautiful to see how, if you told me that the year that we're having now would be like this in January, I've not believed you. I'll have you know, like, when we came, we didn't have a plan, right?
Yeah.
Just when we came here, luckily for my uncle, shout out to Uncle Ima.
Shout out and
Auntie Jume and my cousin Ima, was staying with them, right? So we came and we were like, okay, what's the plan? They kept asking us what the plan was. Like, we're trying to figure it out.
First, we paid for gym membership.
We paid for gym membership so that we will not be depressed.
19.5. We're going to the gym every day. At least let that one
calm our mental health,
And then gigs started to come, opportunities started to come. I was like, okay. Okay.
Lagos.
Yeah.
Lagos
doing the
That's a way of doing that, man.
That's Lagos.
Yeah.
But you see, I feel like a lot of people watching, like, really the origin story, because I would say this has been a journey. If there's one thing that I would always say is like lockdown. That was a period. I would say lockdown was when a lot of people really started to connect, because you guys provided incredible stories. But it was not even the origin story. It goes before the lockdown. So talk to me about that.
So we've always kind of done music, because I keep saying, people always ask me, how did you know? It was not something, when did you decide? There was no decision. It was just always something that we were going to do. Now, we didn't know how we were going to do it.
Yeah.
And I've said this 1,000,001 times. We didn't know how we were going to do it. We had finished university, we were in Abuja, and my older sister, Chide, she's kind of a happening babe. So she knows the ins and outs of we call her Chide of Abuja. She knows the entertainment space. So we begged her, we said, okay, Chide, you are really cool. We're coming out of university, help our life. And then we did that. We tried to do a couple of gigs. We tried to meet up with people, and then lockdown happened. So that was kind of hard. But then I always wanted to play the guitar. I started learning in and out, small. But then during lockdown, I picked an extreme interest, and we started watching YouTube videos. And then one of these days, we don't dress alike. We're twins, but we don't dress alike. We don't used to go out at the same time. As you can see. So we went out that day. I think Oiza went out with my mom.
Yeah.
And then I had a date or something. So for some funny reason, we were dressed at the same time. So I was like, let's enter Daddy's bathroom. There's this song that I've been like trying to play. Come and help me see if you can write a verse on it. Help me see if you can write a chorus, because she's an amazing songwriter. So I was like, okay, let's do that. So we entered the bathroom. We sang. We did like 10 takes. Then we posted the most unserious one. And then I think I had 500 followers at the time. And then it just skyrocketed to like 1,000 followers. I was like, okay, we have something on here. Did the second one. It didn't have as many views. Then we did the third one.
Which was IJGB.
I just got back.
And our lives just imploded for the positive, because the amount of people that reached out, the amount of love that we got, and it kind of just reiterated this feeling that we always had, that music was something we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So that was just how it just catapulted us to people's screens. So shout out to lockdown.
Yeah.
Not really. But
Not
really.
But you see, I would say Echo is different though.
Yeah.
You know, like I've heard your music, a lot. But there's something in Echo. There's like a thirst. You know, like when I listen to Echo, I feel thirsty. There's like a thirsty thing in Echo that just, it's like you're saying something even beyond what you're singing. So what is it about Echo that, you know, you would say makes every other song you've written different? Because it's a blessing as well. You say things like Lagos no go spoil. Like there's a lot of things you're saying in there, and it's like it's an emotional song as well, and it's a deeply spiritual song, I would say. So what makes this song different?
It just speaks to the dreamer.
Yeah.
You know, most of our music is very comedic. It's very but it's like this one, you can tell that we're scared, we are serious, we actually mean what we are saying. Yeah. And it resonates with people, and it's different in the sense that it combines fear and excitement in such a beautiful way. Right? And if you listen to the song when it comes out on the 10th of November, you would get to see how it unfolds, where you go from a space of you are excited to come here, where you run into like is it potholes or an obstacle, stumbling blocks, when you run into one of those and you see how you eventually overcome it. Because at the end of the day, Lagos is scary, but it's also very beautiful.
Yes, it is.
It's a melting pot of like
different people, different cultures.
Different cultures. You know, people come here and they're like, okay, the kind of people coming to Lagos is almost as if
you're in New York.
If you go to America, you know, if you have lived in Nigeria for a long time and you now go to New York, you'll be like, that's what they do for here. Do you understand what I'm
That's
saying?
how Lagos
it was a beautiful kind of culture shock, in the sense that the way that Lagos is set up, upper echelon is rubbing nose with people that are not necessarily, because of just the way that the streets are set. Even Lekki has ghettos, even Ikoyi has places that, you know, as opposed to, I don't want to make Abuja look, but as opposed to where we grew up, where there was like there's a clear distinction.
I live in Abuja.
Yeah, so you won't even know when it's here in Lagos. Everybody's kind of like...
everybody needs everybody. Like, from top to bottom. Everybody is in, there's something, there's an ecosystem that kind of forces you all to be in the same space. And it's beautiful to see, because there is no senior, there's no junior. Come and walk.
As if you
That's
know
it. If you know they walk, come on. It's as simple as that.
I like that. There's no senior, there's no
junior.
We are here.
Walk or go.
Yeah.
And if you work hard enough, God on your side, you get what you need to do, and do what you need to do. Everybody's looking at... I saw somewhere that someone was looking for a personal shopper. Like, see the job opportunities, because nobody wants to go to the market, and that's a business.
That's a whole thing.
Yeah.
That's a whole thing, literally. I feel like right now, makeup artists, hairstylists, they are going crazy with their charges.
They're really having a fun time.
They're having a ball.
That's the thing with Lagos, though, because, and I would always say this, if the governor of Lagos, for the past 3 days, has come out to every event that has happened from Afropolis. He was at Tiffany Amber's event. He spoke there. He came for Afrif opening. He spoke there. He was at Art X. And he's not just coming alone, he's coming with the entire team. you ask yourself, is it that of all the things that is happening in Lagos, this man doesn't have another thing that he should be focusing on? But that's to show you, like, if he is working this hard in our creative industry,
there's something there.
there's something there.
Yeah.
And why shouldn't we as well? Anyway, ladies, I would say thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
Join the party. You know, like you said, we are all here.
Abuja and Lagos.
Finding our way.
space.
I feel like everyone needs to hear this song, and I'm really hoping that as you release this song and it finds its way to the right people.
Amen.
I hope that the people who need to hear it will hear it, because I feel like this should be the welcome song for everyone who's just coming into Lagos. This is a great time because we have a lot of new people in Lagos because of Afrif and everything. So I really want you guys to perform the song. So if you haven't heard the song, well, it's not out yet. That's why. It's out on the 10th of November. Oiza Meyi will be releasing Echo.
Yes.
And it will be out on all DSPs, of course. So I want you to hear the song. If you're just coming to Lagos for the first time or you've heard about it, this is I think this song just describes how we feel about our Lagos. And I can't even believe I'm saying our Lagos now.
Listen,
I can't believe it.
You told me that it's
It's our Lagos.
argue with you.
It's our Lagos. It's our creative space.
Yeah.
Ladies, you have the floor.
Thank you.
If I go echoing, where my dreams come true and my hustle got a pay. My mama tell me, say, oh mommy, you see this music be, how we go be. Oh, you know, now the ABJ way. Time to go to Niger's LA. As I drop down, see transport be the matter. Somewhere heard the band Okada, remembering the voice of my father as he said, everybody wants to make it in the city. Flashing lights, that mainland bridge is so pretty. They all say, come to Echo if you want to blow. Don't mind it, go slow. This is all we know. Come to Echo, feel it in the soil. People strive and toil. Echo ni baje, Lagos in no go spoil. Echo ileo, Echo lawa. Echo ni baje, Lagos in no go spoil. Echo ileo, Echo lawa. Echo ni baje, Lagos in no go. Come to Lagos City, come to Lagos City, come to Lagos City, Lagos City, Lagos. Come to Echo if you want to blow. Don't mind it, go slow. This is all we know. Come to Echo, feel it in the soil. People strive and toil. Echo ni baje.
I could hear that song every day. I'm not even going to lie. Because I promise you, there's nothing as beautiful as everyone screaming in there. They're like, this is so good. No, but there's really nothing as beautiful as just authenticity. Like, in a world that's full of, there's corporate politics, there's nepotism, there's people who cannot relate to what we're saying right now. Not like it's a bad thing. I mean, everyone's blessing is different. But when you know that you've really had to work your way from the ground up, it just reminds you that, you know what, it's just, life is just in cycles. Today you're here. There's somebody who is currently at where you guys used to be. That's somebody's morning right now, where you guys were earlier this year. They are waking up to that reality. And in the next couple of months, where you guys will be, is where somebody is now. So it's just in cycles. So it's refreshing.
Thank you.
Lagos is no go spoil.
So what was your experience like?
My experience,
yes, leaving and coming back.
Leaving Abuja,
leaving Lagos, leaving Lagos, family here, leaving
Yeah.
Lagos, going to Abuja, then coming back to Lagos. What was it about it that brought you back?
So I was afraid, like I said, of coming back here because I always felt like everyone in Lagos was just so good. Like everyone here is good. and they know that they're good. So I didn't know how to be that person. I was like, I don't even know that I'm good, first of all. But I think that was my biggest fear. But when I came here, I didn't want to go anywhere. You know, I was just like, I don't want anybody to see me. Ironic because I'm on television. Yeah. And then I would go to places and everyone is so ready to tell you, I love what you do. And you know, they just say it to you like casually. But guess what? Those things started doing something in me where it was like, okay, you know what?
I'm doing good.
I'm doing good. I'm actually good at this.
Yeah.
And it started to sink, and before I knew it, I started to recognize it as well. I started to tell myself these things because I'm like, if people tell me these things, then I feel good. Imagine if I said this to myself every single day.
Yeah.
Imagine if I walked in the consciousness of I'm good. So my experience coming back, when I first came, it was hard. I didn't know anyone. There was cliques everywhere. You know, everyone is kind of everyone's friend.
Yeah.
And I go to an event and I'm just standing there like,
By yourself.
this is awkward.
Yeah.
That was hard. And then obviously there's a lot of like, I don't know. I had a struggle with the auntie thing where I didn't know whether to greet ma or sa or mommy. I'm not gonna lie, that was a struggle for me because I'm like, how do I address?
This
do I say okay? And there's some people you call them by their and they're like, no, young lady, you address me as. So that was something that was also a culture shock for me because I'm like,
That's your name.
do you understand? And but I found that with time, it was also part of my fear. There was this inherent fear that I already had. Like, I didn't know how to relate to these people. And the moment I started to see everybody as just people, you know, and I got to connect with them, Lagos taught me how to say sorry without even batting an eyelid. I'd go to events sometimes and, you have to, everyone is different. You just have to appeal to people depending on who they are.
Yeah.
If you're going to have relationships with them, because these people have worked to get to where they are, so they do not owe you anything.
Yeah.
They don't owe you their time, they don't owe you their niceness, they don't owe you their hello or their response. So these are things that used to annoy me before. Because I'd be like, hey, me, I greeted you, did not answer me. But I was like, when did I start?
Like, fair enough.
When did I start this work?
I don't take anything personally.
No, you can't. So you learn to respect certain things, and if I know that I cannot do that at the time, I just
let it go.
I just let it go. I just stay by myself till I can say, okay, you know what? And I won't lie, that respect, that sorry, that excuse me, that learning to relate with people, learning how to talk to people. The way you talk to this auntie is not how you talk to this one.
Yeah.
They are not the same. They are different. That has really, really helped my experience. So it's a lot of learning and unlearning and making mistakes and getting into trouble, scandal. People will drag you on social media for things that you're like, girls, I cannot wait for where you guys get like your own.
No, they drag me personally.
Really?
They don't ever drag me though.
Am I my business?
They don't drag you? They drag you though.
She's outgoing, she'll go out and she's not afraid. Me, I'm just in my corner. Yeah.
That's part of the life.
They are prepping her for dragging. So if a bigger one she'll be ready. Me, if they just say, hey you, I'll just do like this. Because I know it's to come outside.
No, when I tell you that, it's a whole thing, but guys, it's echo. And I would always say this, it's open like this.
Yeah.
So whatever you go in to collect, you find it.
Yeah.
But all in all, you cannot go wrong in this city. Yeah. I tell you guys that for free.
Thank you.
Like, you already have fans. Like, I have people coming like, is that Meyi? They're coming. They're like, ah! I love them. So I'm so happy for you both, and I cannot wait for the song to be out November 10th.
Yes.
Echo is going to be out.
Yes.
Everybody can listen to that song and just cry small.
Yes.
I would say this, just cry just a little. It doesn't matter how far you've come in the industry, like, you've worked, you've done so hard. Think of all the struggle, think of how hard it has been, and just shed a tear for that girl you used to be, or that man, or that boy you used to be, and appreciate where you are now, because that's really what that song does for me. I appreciate how far I've come. Yeah. So, Oiza, Meyi, thank you both so much for sharing this song with me. Thank you. It's really touched my heart, and I think I speak for a lot of people watching the show as well. Yeah?
Yes.
I cannot wait for November 10th. Guys, this has been Arise 360. My name is Kachi Ofia, and I absolutely love Lagos. I do. It's a beautiful, beautiful city that can chew you as well if you ain't careful. Keep watching Arise 360. Listen to Echo on November 10th. Goodbye, and thank you for watching.
Flashing lights, that mainland bridge is so pretty. They all say, come to echo if you want to blow. Don't mind it, go slow. This is all we know. Come to echo, feel it in the soil. People strive and toil. I call it bad, legacy no go spoil.